Kia ora and welcome to Sew, Knit, Create and Repeat. And today we have got episode 12. So welcome to anyone coming back from any other episodes, and welcome to you if you're a new viewer. My name is Carla. I'm coming to you from the east coast of the North Island of Aotearoa, New Zealand. And yeah, here we are. A little bit late. I always keep thinking I'll try and keep it to 3 to 4 weeks, but it's just been a little bit longer lately. Just different things. Life gets in the way. And I guess I kept thinking that I didn't really have a lot to show. The reason... Well, I'll go into that later. But anyway, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram handle is Sew, Knit, Create and Repeat with full stops between each word. And on Ravelry, I think I'm just carlapert. And I do try and keep my notes up to date, but I have been really slack lately. It is the first day of the school holidays here in New Zealand, which means I have 2 weeks off because I am a high school librarian. And yeah, we've had a lot of rain. Rain. So hopefully we get some fine days so I can do some work outside. Yeah. What else was I going to say about that? No. Oh, my last video. So apologies. Wasn't until I looked back at it for some reason, I wanted to check whether I'd mentioned something, and I realised that when I had edited it, I hadn't put any music at the beginning or the end, so all the footage at the end was just muted. And I had forgotten to shorten the clip at the beginning, so you saw all the phone going all haywire and everything as I put it up on its little posy. So I tell you, you don't get professionalism here. So anyway, on to the knitting content, because this is primarily a knitting podcast, if I didn't say that before. However, I do show my sewing, and I have just started spinning. So what I'm wearing today is fresh off the blocking mat. It is my Lace and Fade Boxy by Corriedale. And this is knitted in Mamawooling fade set. So it starts off lighter at the top, and then you can sort of see, I'm looking down at my computer monitor to see whether you can see, and then it's darker at the bottom. And I purchased the mohair from Facebook Marketplace, from the D-Stashes page here in New Zealand. And yes, it didn't cost me very much. In fact, I think I only used one whole ball, and where is it? And a little bit of this one. As you can see, hardly anything. That's a full ball there. So you can see it's, yeah. So I've still got quite a lot. This is Rowan Kid Silk Haze in the colour, does it tell me? Does it say? Jeez. I wear glasses to drive, and now I think I'm going to start to need to have to wear glasses to read. Shade 689 is the colour. So this is, the pattern is very crumpled. But that is her version. And as soon as I saw her kind of wear it on Instagram before she released it, I knew I wanted it. It was gorgeous. So that's one finished object. Now, as far as whips go, I've worked on none of the other whips that I had because I decided to cast on for this, and I'm using Quince & Co Sparrow in the colour Surf. And this was also a destash. Someone's, oh God, I just about lost a stitch. And I'm most of the way there. So the back is exactly like the front. I really enjoyed doing this lace pattern. I couldn't put it down when I did the lace. It's not as exciting doing the stockinette, but that's fine. So I've got a little bit longer to knit in the body, and then I'll pick up the stitches around the tops and do the straps. So I should be able to wear this. Hopefully I'll have this done. I'll try and do it this week. Because I have signed up for the West Knits Mystery Knit Along, which I think starts Thursday. So Thursday or Friday, depending on when he sends out the information. And speaking of which, not of which, just this pattern, I finally got my order from Lithuania, of all places. It took quite a while to get here. Excuse my nails, I was dressed as the Wicked Witch of the East on Friday night for a quiz night at work, and the black nail polish has taken a bit to get off. So I'm also going to make the Kuutar top in this as well. This is Sadness Garn Tin Line, or is it Tying Lin, or I don't know. And it's cotton linen. Cotton, viscose and linen. But I love that colour, so I will have two. So I'm going to pop that back in there. I'm going to pop that back in there. And really, that's all I've been knitting on, because I finally got my spinning wheel up and running, and I'm quite addicted. So I'm really sorry if you're not into spinning, but if you haven't spun, I would really encourage you to have a go. I've got a plan now of I want to spin enough to make this. Ages ago I really wanted to make Andrea Mowry's Shifty, but when I priced it, and I thought it'd be nice to actually use the wool that she used, which is the Spin Cycle yarns. So I priced it up, and it was going to cost me 600 New Zealand dollars to make a top. I don't think so. So that was shelved, and then I kind of thought about using some of the Zauberball Crazy Sock, but yeah, then I started spinning. So I'm going to just show you some of my first spins. So I went to a place called 10 Talents here in Gisborne, which I think ages ago when I first started podcasting, I said we didn't have that much in the way of wool shops. But I didn't realise that 10 Talents sold like ready to knit wool, because I thought it was more like a craft shop. For it's run by a charitable trust, and all the people that work there are like retired ladies, you know, in their later years. And I just always thought, I'd never been in, and I always just assumed that it was like craftspeople selling their wares, so, you know, hand knitted items and woodwork and things like that. But they actually have a huge range of ready to knit yarn, and they also sell roving. So I bought, for the first time I went, I bought a kilo bag of, I believe it's Corriedale, and this is what I taught myself to spin with. Oh, it smells so good. And that cost me 58 New Zealand dollars for a kilo. So it's $5.80 per 100 grams, which is really good. So I started off by just spinning with this in the white, And then when I thought I'd got a little bit of a handle on keeping some, you know, usable, making some use, I think I did like 2 afternoons. Like, and when I say afternoons, I mean after work. And then I put the wheel away for a week. And I kept thinking about it and thinking about how the tension works. That's how I work, and it's just constantly going in the background. And I pulled it out, and I managed to get a workable yarn. So there's a lot of crumpling, I'm sorry, that's life. So this is my first skein of, I'm just checking my monitor to see what you can see. So it's got a lot of fats, a lot of skinnies, but it was workable. The second, you'll find that the second bobbin that I did was more consistent than the first one, and so that's why, and then I plied them together. So that's my first one, and I am going to use it. I was thinking about making a cowl with it, and I'm going to use it with this, show you. So then my second spin, I purchased some fibre plaits, pre-dyed fibre plaits from a lady on Trade Me. And so I bought 2. This one is merino. So this was my second spin. And I did those, I don't know if you can see the colours there. And that was a little bit more consistent than that first spin. So I'm going to use those 2 together. And then what I did is I had a little bit of white and a little bit of that coloured stuff left on bobbins, so I just plied those 2 together as well. So that's what my first one was. So I thought I'd make a cowl with those, because I thought I'm not going to just keep them as art yarn. Yeah, I was super proud of myself. Like, I've seen people's first attempts to spin, not blow my own trumpet, and they were a lot worse than that. So I was really happy. So then I'd also, from the same lady on Trade Me, I bought some Corriedale, and so this was my third attempt. And you can see I've got two of these, and you can see that my consistency has got a lot more even. There are still some thicker and thinner bits in that one, but definitely a lot more consistent. And I just love those colours. So that's 100 grams of that one. Hang on, let me just do this again. Yes, it's pretty exciting. I'm really enjoying it. It's very relaxing. And my nana was a spinner all my life, and we spent a lot of time with my nana, and I remember going to it was just always in the background. I never had a go when she was spinning, like I never asked her to teach me, but I think obviously it just kind of sits in your memory, I guess. So there was that one. Then I decided that I've got this white stuff, white wool, so I ordered some acid dyes, and I thought I'd have a go at making my own. So I do have some photos of the dish with everything in it ready to go, and I've also got some photos of the bobbins. I actually did 2 lots, so I started off with one which had the greens and the blues in it, and then I decided that I would ply it with just blue. So I put some blue in the dye vat, and then I put my roving in that, another 100 grams of roving in that, and that came out sort of darker and lighter, which was perfect. And then I applied those together. I didn't take a photo of that vat. I've been trying to be really good and take photos of the whole process. So I spun those together, but I do have some photos of them in their bobbins, so I'll show you those to the side, or which way am I going? That way. Yeah. So this is the final product. I have shared this on Instagram, I think. So I've got 3. And once again, it's the same when I take a photo. You can't seem to see, oh, you can a little bit there, but you can't, the green is brighter in real life. And then I had a little bit left on the bobbin, on one of the bobbin. I think just the blue ran out first. So I had a play with learning how to chain ply, and that is what I got from that. But you can see the green a little bit better in this. But that's my attempt at chain plying. It's so much fun. And you just relax, you just think, who cares? Let's just test this out and see how you go. So that's my first colour. I'm going to pop that in the bags, otherwise I'm going to have a hell of a mess when I come out. And then I decided I would have a go. So I also bought some, where are you? Some Romney. And this is what that looks like. And it's lovely. It's curlier. It's sort of messier looking than the Corriedale, the merino, but it's very soft. And I got, so this was my next spin. I'm just going in the order that I've spun these in, and I got this. And that's also a much more even consistency. It just sort of improves the more you do it. So I'll do more of that. I do have a bobbin floating around that I'll carry on going on with. And so then there's more. You see why I did hardly any knitting, eh? I only did knitting. I knitted on this and that little Kuutar top at work in the morning for about 20 minutes before work started, and then for about 20 minutes at morning tea time, and I don't have a lunch break. So that was the only time I was really knitting. So here is my next one. And I had a little bit, I decided that I wanted to just have a play with chain plying. So when I filled one bobbin of plied, the leftovers, I did have a go with. So there's that one, and there's that one. And those were the ones, those are the two colours that were plied together to make that first lot. So that's 23 grams, and that's 26 grams there. These ones, I forgot to save the others. It's 57, 42, and 55. So it's about 150 grams there. Got those. I just have so much fun. And the yellow, I forgot to say, so that yellow, I dyed that. That was the one I dyed on this space. So this is, they're all Corriedale. But this one is So I'll show you shortly. So this is a white with it's a very pale grey. It's a bit hard to see in that, but it's got darker streaks through it, and I thought that would be quite nice for that yellow. So that yellow is Aztec Gold. And then I did this one. So that's 100, is that 100 grams? Yeah, that's 100 grams there. It's actually 2 small skeins just twisted together. So with my spinning wheel, I got a larger flyer, but the hole that the flyer sits in when it's swirling is too small on this, so I need to get a conversion kit from Ashford. So I figured if I spin onto the smaller bobbins and then ply onto the larger bobbin, I'll be able to get just one continual skein rather than 2 smaller ones. So that's what I'll do eventually. So they'll end up looking a bit more like that. So with this one, I did half a bobbin. How did I do it? 2 whole bobbins. I think I spun 2 whole bobbins and plied them, and then I topped the bobbins up with more. And what I've done is I've spun up, so this is more Corriedale, and this is a darker grey. Yellow on there. So that's my darker grey, and I've spun that up with the pinks and greens that were in that in this one. So you'll see, I'll show you the bobbins. So in this one here, I did one had vermilion, emerald green and russet colour shifts, and then the other ply was burgundy and scarlet. So I have plied the one with the green with this grey, and then where am I looking? I thought I put them all down. There we go. And then I have done, where did I put that? I have done, so you can just sort of see, if you can see under there, you can see the red under there. So I'm going to apply this with grey as well, and then those colours can shift together. So if I find, I've got another one of these drying at the moment. Oh, there you go. Here you go. So you can see that a bit better. Focus. Here you go. It's all about experimenting and playing, but I'm loving it. I'm finding it so much fun. So that's today's job. I'll apply these together, and then I thought I really need a little bit more yellow to work with some of the colour transitions. So I dyed up these. And I'm a bit unsure about it because it's a bit fluorescent. But when I did that one, when I was actually plying that one together, I didn't know whether I'd like it. And it wasn't until I'd plied it and I skeined it up, I thought, oh, I like that. So I'm just going to roll with this. What I'll do is I will spin 2 of these and apply them together, and then depending on what that looks like, I might end up spinning these and then plying them with the grey or the white or something like that, just to tone the brightness down. but you don't really know what it's going to look like until you've done it. So sometimes it can, yeah, it's not as bright. Not really a fluoro person, but it might add some nice, I don't know. Let's see. So that's me and my spinning journey, people. So that's about three or 4 weeks worth of spinning. And that's just spinning, having a spin at night and maybe some on the weekend. Yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. So then I ordered this. There's a beautiful shop in, is it Vogeltown? Is it close to Vogeltown? On the New Plymouth side of the country, and they are witches. They're a coven of witches, and they have, it's called the Apothecary, and they're just the most beautiful, lovely ladies. And this is a leather grimoire with paper, you know, it's all made in India, beautiful leather cover. Now, I didn't know what I was going to use it for, but I like notebooks, but I thought I might actually record my spinning in there. So far I've just been writing it down on a piece of paper, and then I was going to record it, but I might make this my spinning journal. What do you reckon? Good idea? I think it's a good idea. And I think, oh, hang on, MCAL. So this is my future plans, guys. So this is what starts at the end of this week. So the same lady that dyed up this wool here, I wasn't going to do the MCAL, but then she posted up some combinations, some kits that she'd done up, and I couldn't resist it. So then I just ended up joining the MCAL because I liked it. So I've got 2 of these. So I think that will be my main colour. Mamawooling is her name. You should check her out. Hang on, I'll hold that up so you can see it. And this will be my, is it contrast colour? Oop. Not very good at this, am I? And this will be my pop. I just think they look lovely. And she also, with the kits, she includes, now let me find it. She includes a little stitch marker set. It's not huge, but here's the little thing. Getting through the day, 1 stitch at a time. And then it says that on the bottom. So it's like a little, now I've got my other stitch marker from, so there's a progress keeper and a stitch marker. So you've got, and she does really beautiful ones, I think, personally, anyway. I'll just move that leaf so that's around there. Can you see that? Just let that focus. And then, hopefully, God. I hate looking at yourself there. Oh, look, that worked. There you go. You can see that a bit better. So she uses lovely little bits of glass. They're gorgeous. So yeah, that's that. That is all I have, I think. I'm looking around. So we'll talk a little bit about life stuff now. If you don't want to watch that, that's fine. I'm starting Vlogtober. We'll see whether it lasts. So today is the 3rd of October. Saturday, so I had a migraine last weekend, the weekend before this one. So the weekend before last, so what, 8-9 days ago. And I've been getting, as I guess it's perimenopause, it's just hormones, I've been getting these migraines, and the killers, so they'll last I guess because my cycle's pretty much still every 28 days, so it'll start on a Sunday as a headache, and then by Monday it's just full blown, can't get rid of it. And then even this time it even went through to Tuesday. And of course we had a public holiday on the Monday to mark the Queen Elizabeth's passing, because we're actually a British colony. So we had that public holiday, so I had already had that day off work, but I couldn't go to work Tuesday either, and I was feeling pretty rotten most of the week. Even this Friday just gone, I felt real like you just get this hangover from it and you feel really revolting. So what was I going with there? See, I'm still fuzzy now. But anyway, so I didn't really feel that great on Saturday or Sunday. I felt my fatigue was really bad. Sunday was my birthday, so that's yesterday. And it was just an ordinary day because, I mean, Evan was working and, yeah, so it was just an ordinary day. But, yeah, so I didn't start the vlogtober there. But this morning I did a bit of recording, and it's mainly stuff that I'll speed up. So it's me cleaning my lounge and cleaning my kitchen and making my bed and shit like that. And then I will probably try and do bits and pieces through the week. I'd like to go to town and have a look at a few shops, and yeah, I've just got a few things that I'd like to do, and I'd quite often put off. My motivation's not that good, but maybe if I'm trying to show people a little snippet of life in New Zealand, then maybe I might make me a little bit more motivated. You reckon? So keep a lookout for that if you want to. And yeah, that's pretty much me coming to you from a very wet, soggy east coast. We've had a huge amount of rain this year. I'll try. I think I need to stop thinking that well, I don't have enough content, I can't record, and you put that pressure on yourself, and really it's just, it can be a really short chat, can't it, as long as you touch base. So maybe I'll do that. So I would love to know, if you've stayed this far, where are you from, and what are you knitting on? And if I know that we're all changing seasons, so we're going into spring and some of you will be going into autumn. What is your favourite thing about the season that you're currently in or going into? And yeah, just I'd love to hear from you. So thank you, ngā mihi nui, ka kite, anō. Special video for you, Teresa. These are the results of some old potatoes that had sprouted. So I threw them in the garden a couple of months ago in the heart of winter. And even though we've had quite a few frosts and the tops are brown on the plants, I still got all these. And I got broccoli and sprouting purple broccoli and one little beetroot, a whole lot of spinach, and then there's some cabbages, red cabbages. That's the purple sprouting broccoli, that's the other broccolini, spinach. And check these out, those are my broad beans, there's heaps.